Alright YouTube, so One Way Up here back with another video, and today I'll be talking about affirmations and whether or not they work. So I'm basically just going to give my personal point of view, my experience, and basically just how I feel about it, and for you to really make the decision for yourself on whether or not you want to feel like you want to do them to see if they work for you. So I know that affirmations are a broad and general subject. They pretty much range from tones to the frequency of how often you use them to visualizations. There's just so many different forms of affirmations and how we can use them. We can use them differently, and they're even something you can pay for. And so basically, it's a broad category where there are varying opinions on the subject of affirmations and whether or not they work. So there are people that live and die by affirmations, and you need affirmations to really make changes in your life. And there are others who feel like it's all about action. Affirmations are pretty much just something you can do as a hobby that don't really have an impact on your life. It's only action that really makes the change. So my personal opinion, in a nutshell, I feel like affirmations do work if they're used the right way. So the way I feel like affirmations are supposed to be used is really by you say and do affirmations in the best way that works for you, but you also have to pair that with consistent action. And I feel like the point of affirmations is really to get you into the right mindset so that you're more likely to take action to really get the things done to help you to fulfill whatever you're affirming. So that's basically how I feel about it as a whole. So from my experience, I started using affirmations about 5 years ago in 2014. It had to be around June, so halfway through the year. I just wanted to just be more positive and just feel more positive in general. I thought it would be helpful for me to just be a more positive person. And I started using affirmations shortly before a bad experience. And after that experience, I started to use affirmations more and more. And throughout the rest of the year, I would use them consistently. And one thing I noticed is that the following year, in 2015, it was actually one of the best years I feel like I've had in my life. And during that year, I would use affirmations more than I did the previous year when I started using them. I would actually create my own affirmations and just use it at a level I never was using affirmations before. But I was also getting things done at the same time. So I was also taking action and getting things done. So one of the things I realized is that my mindset had changed. So affirmations had allowed me to really changed my mind and to be more consistent with things, and that's when I started to see the results that year in 2015. But towards the end of the year, one of the things I realized is that one of the affirmations, one of the subject or the categories of affirmations I was using was that I wanted to be in a relationship and I wanted a girlfriend. So I would say and visualize affirmations about finding the one that you want and being in that relationship that you're looking for. And throughout that year, nothing that I affirmed or nothing that I wanted actually happened. So the following year in 2016, it turns out I was actually using affirmations less, but I was taking more and more action than I ever have before. And I feel like one of the reasons I started using affirmations less was because my mindset was already changed. So I feel like I definitely didn't need it as much as I was in the past, and I was just taking more. I was so focused on more action than I ever taken before. And actually, in the year of 2016, I actually did end up meeting my girlfriend, and I feel like that really happened as a result of me taking the action, not really the affirmations. Another thing that happened during the year was that I wanted to make the basketball team. I wanted to play college basketball, and that was always a top goal of mine. And that also happened that year, not because of affirmations, but I feel like it was more so as a result of the action I was taking. So I feel like affirmations are good as long as you take consistent action. And towards the end of the year, when I actually achieve and realize those goals, I started to visualize more and more. So my visualization, instead of using affirmation, I started to visualize and actually see myself fulfilling the things that I wanted. And it's because it became so real to me, because I actually knew it was going to happen because of the action I was taking. I feel like it was pretty much inevitable. I was like so close. So the way I feel like affirmations should be used is that you use them in the beginning to really get yourself into the right mindset. So you use them consistently, and as you use them consistently, you start taking action at the same time while you're saying the affirmations. And while you're taking action and using the affirmations consistently, once your mindset is really changed, that's when you start to visualize what you're going after, and in a matter of time, you'll achieve it. Because I know for me, when I was visualizing actually making the basketball team, I actually got into the school I wanted to go to, and I went to the gym, and I actually sat in the gym by myself when no one was there, and I looked around the gym, and I actually visualized myself actually having practice in that gym. And later nights after that day, I would visualize myself in my own bed before I went to bed, actually being on the team. And I knew it was actually going to happen, because visualizations never felt like the way it did when I actually started to visualize myself in that gym, because it was so real to me. I knew I was actually taking action, and I feel like everything was coming together. So I feel like your affirmations are working when you can actually visualize them coming true, and you don't have any doubts or questions in your mind. It's pretty much an expected thing. So once again, just to break it down, I feel like you start by affirming consistently. The key is to do it consistently, so your mind actually changes. While you're affirming, you do the action. The action is just going to keep building and building as you affirm, because your mindset's changed. And 3, as you start to visualize, it's pretty much summing it all and putting it all together. It's just like the icing on the cake. Alright, so thank you for watching. Basically use this information to see how you feel about it and whether or not you want to use affirmations or not.